Mr. Noel, I believe, is a story of my own invention. But I shouldn't like to have to go into the witness box in a court of law and take my oath on it. I think I might venture to make a use of a phrase of Dr. Johnson's and say that if a story is good, it's unlikely to be new, and if it's new, it's unlikely to be good. The fact is, we storytellers, like the hero of a celebrated poem, have come too late into a world too old.
Mr. Noel. I was prepared to dislike Max Collada even before I knew him. The war had just finished, and passenger traffic in the ocean-going liners was heavy. Accommodation was very hard to get, and you had to put up with whatever the agents chose to offer you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gray. I'm afraid there's only a single berth in a cabin for two.
Oh, that's all right, my boy. Thank you very much for all the trouble you've taken. I know how difficult it is. Well, look forward to seeing you tomorrow, eh?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Who's next?
Me. I think I'm next.
That's right, you're next after me. My name's Collada, K-L-A-D-A, Collada. You've got a berth reserved for me on the Queen of the Indies.
My name's Ramsey.
One at a time, please.
Collada, British subject.
I was before this gentleman.
Is that right?
Gentlemen, after such a compliment, I can only say yes. Fella, the floor's all yours.
My name's Ramsey. You've had a message about me from the Colonial Office.
Oh, yes, Mr. Ramsey. You're going to Aden, aren't you?
And that's right, with Mrs. Ramsey.
Excuse me, I'll get your tickets.
Thank you.
VIP, I suppose.
No, just a civil servant.
You're taking your wife to Aden?
Why not?
But that climate.
My wife's had 2 years alone in London already.
Okay, fella, she's your wife.
Here we are, sir. Mr. and Mrs. Ramsey, cabin 102, deck A.
Oh, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi,
See you aboard. My name's Collada. You got a berth reserved for me on the Queen of the Indies, stopping off at Portside.
I'll just see if your name's on the list, sir.
You like a cigar?
I don't smoke, sir.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing. I get them made special. Same fellow what makes for the Aga Khan and Winnie.
I'm afraid, Mr. Clouder, we can't get you on the Queen of the Indies.
Oh, yes, you can.
I'm afraid not, sir. You see, we have 1 cancelled berth and 7 ahead of you on the waiting list.
Where's your boss, huh?
He can't see you at the moment, sir.
Oh, can't he? Where's his office? Over there?
He's rather busy at the moment.
Yeah, so am I. I can spare him 5 minutes. You look after me. I look after you.
Oh, thank you very much indeed, sir.
Who am I sharing with, Stuart?
Mr. Collada, sir.
Oh, a foreigner, eh?
No, sir. English. At least that's what he says he is.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, sir.
Good heavens.
Will all visitors please leave the ship? The gangways are about to be lowered.
Nice day. Hello, hello, hello. I am Collada. I saw you yesterday at the agent's.
We're sharing a cabin, I believe.
Yes, bit of luck. I'm all for us English sticking together when we travel abroad.
Are you English, too?
British to the backbone. I was born in the heart of our great empire.
Buckingham Palace.
No, but quite near. A stone's throw away. They used to have to change the guard on tiptoe so as not to wake me up. I was a very delicate child. What's your racket?
I beg your pardon.
I'm in the precious stones and jewelry business, and I don't mind telling you there's no one in the trade knows more about it than I do myself. The 3 on the 4. What you say your racket was?
I didn't say, but if you particularly want to know, I'm in the civil service.
Groundnuts?
No. I happen to be an economist.
Ah, I hear the finances in Hong Kong are not too good. I suppose you're going out there to
How did you know I was going to Hong Kong?
There isn't much I don't know.
I must go to the dining room and get a seat at table.
Wait a minute, that's all been fixed. I got you a seat. I thought we were sharing the same cabin and we ought to sit at the same table. How about a drink, huh?
Not now, thank you very much. I promised to have one with somebody else.
We'll have them while you're waiting. A steward.
Oh, here they are. Hello, Ramsay. See you later.
Not that, old chap, no. Hello, Ramsay. Remember me, huh? Kalada. We met yesterday at the agency.
No, I'm sorry, I don't remember you.
Oh, don't be silly. Of course you do. Mrs. Ramsay, I presume.
How do you do?
Have a drink, Mrs. Ramsay.
We've asked Mr. Gray to have one with us.
Well, now you can have one with me, and you can buy the next round. Sit down, Mrs. Ramsay, please. Steward. We have a long trip ahead of us, and the sooner we get to know each other, the better. How you like the ship, Mrs. Ramsay? Could be worse, eh?
It seems to be quite comfortable.
Not a bad crowd on board for this time of the year, huh?
Well, we haven't really met anybody yet.
If there's anyone here you want to meet, just let me know and I'll fix it up in a jiffy.
I don't think we need trouble you.
You're going to Aden, aren't you? I don't think you like. It's very hot. I know it very well.
There's very little Mr. Collada doesn't know well.
That's right. Steward.
Good morning. How's your friend Collada?
I think I'll probably have to murder him before the trip's out.
He's awful, isn't he? Oh, dear, here he comes. Come on, darling.
Hello, fella. Rounding up. Having a breath of fresh air. I got your ticket for the day's sweep.
You don't really want one, you know.
Oh, must be a sport. You never know. Besides, you might win. I won a couple of bucks from you for the sport.
A couple of what?
Oh, 10 shillings. I got it all organized. Would you believe it? They didn't want to have a fancy dress ball, but I soon talked them into it. Oh, Bewley, I have got you down for the ship's concert.
Oh, yes, but I shall have to try my songs out with the piano.
Of course. He's a singer. Can you play the piano?
As a matter of fact, I can a bit.
Or would you play for him?
No.
Oh, but England expects every man on board will do his duty.
Yes.
I'm going to do card tricks.
You know there's nothing I dislike more than card tricks.
Oh, wait till you see mine. I can make a pack of cards, do anything I want. As a matter of fact, I've had to give up gambling. It wasn't fair on the other players. I know too much about cards.
Mr. Know-All, eh?
It's funny how that name's got around. But I ask you, what sort of a trip would it be without me, huh?
You certainly are the life and soul of the party.
I know I am. I'm not conceited, but I'm the most popular man on this ship, and I can't help knowing it. How about the snifter before lunch, huh?
Very well. Here's your couple of bucks.
Oh, thank you. Steward. You think that was clever? You haven't seen anything yet. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the grand finale. I'm going to show you a trick that only 4 men in the world can do, and I taught the other 3. Now, for this trick, I shall need the assistance of 2 members of the audience. And to show you I don't mind who they are, I'm going to pick them out myself. Mrs. Ramsay, will you be good enough to lend me your services? And you, Mr. Fellows?
No, Mr. Collada,
Oh,
please.
come along now. Don't be shy. Nothing to be shy about. I'm not shy, am I? Now, give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. I wondered where you went.
It's so hot in there, I thought I'd come out here for a breath of fresh air.
Me too. Let's go to the boat deck, huh?
Why?
Wait, it's cool up there. It's quiet. We can have a little talk.
I'm quite happy down here, thank you.
That's a nice stone you got in that ring.
Yes, it's my engagement ring.
Oh, let me see it.
Oh, well, it wouldn't interest you. It's a star sapphire, but I happen to be rather fond of
I got some very pretty sapphires in my cabin. You like to see them?
Well, I'm afraid they wouldn't interest me.
How do you know till you see them? I got a star sapphire I think you like.
Well, I haven't any money to spend on things I don't want, Mr. Collada.
Oh, I don't want you to buy it. If you like, I give it you.
Are you trying to make a pass at me?
Of course. You don't blame me, do you? I think you're the best looker I've seen in donkey's years.
Mr. Collada, my husband is a very jealous man. If I told him about this, he'd probably... Well, anyway, he wouldn't like it very much.
You wouldn't do that. You're too much of a lady.
Oh, will you please go away?
I haven't offended you, have I?
Yes, you have. Very much.
I can't think why. What'd I do? If a fella falls for you, he can't help it, can he? After all, it's very flattering for a fella to fall for you. You can't deny that.
Depends on the fella.
I suppose I'm just not your type. Oh, well, you can't blame me for trying, can you? But most people I like me liking.
Yes, I suppose you do have your triumphs. There's no accounting for taste.
No ill feeling.
Not on my part? No, of course not. Why should there be?
That's the spirit. Good night.
Good night.
God bless.
Tie my tie, will you, for me, darling?
Stand still, silly.
Can't help it. It's so wonderful to have you again after 2 whole years away from you.
During which time I expect you were consistently unfaithful to me.
I was not. You're the only girl in the world for me. And well, you know it. You do know it, don't you?
Yes, of course. There you are. I shall be ready in a minute.
You did miss me sometimes, didn't you?
Yes, of course, all the time.
It was hell for me. I was terrified you'd meet somebody you liked better.
If I had, what would you have done?
Killed him. And you.
Oh, dear, I'd better watch my step, hadn't I?
Certainly had. Those are new, aren't they?
Yes, do you like them?
They look very expensive. Don't know how you do it on what I give you.
They didn't cost much. £8, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yes, I got them in one of those places in Oxford Street.
Well, nobody would ever know.
Oh, well, that's a relief anyway. Come on, we're late enough already.
Greg?
I got one, thank you very much. Good luck.
Good luck.
Mr. and Mrs. Ramsey.
Ah, glad to see you. You know everybody, don't you?
Hello.
Do sit down.
Hello, Ramsey.
What do you have?
I'd like a dry martini, please.
Me too.
What time do you expect the dock, Captain?
11 in the morning. There's nothing much to see, but if you want to go ashore, there'll be plenty of time. We shan't sail till 5.
As a matter of fact, Mr. and Mrs. Ramsey and myself were thinking of having lunch at the Grand. Then Collada asked us to join him. We couldn't think how to get out of it, so I think we've decided to stay on board, haven't we?
Yes. Of course, he's landing, isn't he? I imagine you won't be sorry to be rid of him.
I certainly shan't.
Cigarette?
No, thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Do you know, he's got his good points. Those prizes for the fancy dress dance he bought himself. Chief steward says they must have cost a pack.
Oh, he's generous enough. You have to fight him to let you pay for a drink.
And yet he's managed to make himself the most unpopular man in this ship.
He really is terrible, and you know you can't snub him.
No, you could kick him out of the house, slam the door in his face, and it would never occur to him that he wasn't welcome.
I suppose as he's leaving tomorrow, I really should have asked him into cocktails this evening. But I simply couldn't bring myself to. He is quite impossible.
Mr. Collada.
Hello there! Not barging in, am I? But that fool of a steward didn't give me your invitation. Cigar?
Thank you, I'm smoking. Glad to see you. What do you have?
Scotch and soda. I always stick to the liquor of my native heath. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Say what?
Please.
So you're leaving us tomorrow, Mr. Collado.
Best of friends must part, you know. I'm going to Cairo to look at a pearl necklace that one of these pasha fellas may be willing to sell, providing he gets a good price.
Aren't you afraid that these cultured pearls will put you fellows out of business?
They'll never do that. They'll never affect the market for real ones. As a matter of fact, I'm going to Japan to look into this cultured pearl racket.
Darn clever, these Japs. They tell me not even an expert can distinguish between real and cultured.
That's what they always tell you. An expert can tell at once, and I'm an expert.
You believe in blowing your own trumpet, don't you?
What else is a trumpet for? I'm in the trade, and what I don't know about pearls isn't worth knowing. They'll never get a cultured pearl that an expert like me can't tell with half an eye. Take my word for it, Mrs. Ramsey. That collar you're wearing will never be worth a penny less than it is today.
It is nice, isn't it?
Nice? I saw it the moment I came in. I said to myself, those pearls are the goods.
Well, I didn't buy it myself, but I'd be interested to know how much you think it cost.
Well, in the trade, round about 1,500. But it was bought in Bond Street. I shouldn't be surprised if they asked 3,000.
£3,000, eh?
That's right, and worth every penny.
Well, you'd be surprised to know that my wife bought it in Oxford Street for £8.
Oh, don't make me laugh. They're not only real, but they're as fine for their size as any I ever seen.
Will you bet on it?
Bet?
A tenner, it's imitation.
Oh, done.
Darling, you can't bet on a certainty.
Why not? If I get a chance of making easy money like this, I should be a fool not to take it.
Well, how can you prove it? After all, it's only my word against Mr. Collada's.
Show me your pearls, lady. I tell you they're imitation. I can afford to lose a tenner.
Take them off, darling, and let the expert examine them.
I can't undo them.
Oh.
There you are.
I was mistaken. They're imitation.
If they hadn't been, I should have had a serious talk with my wife. Perhaps that will teach you not to be so cocksure another time, Mr. Know-all. Never mind. We all make mistakes.
What's that? It's for you.
For me?
The pearls were real then.
If you had an attractive little wife like Mrs. Ramsey, would you let her spend 2 years alone in London while you were in Aden?
Mr. Know-all.
Call me Max.